Right now, there aren't two different biological species living in the world, but two different realities are being lived. On one side, billions of people who are the fuel of the system trading their lives for hourly wages to make it to the end of the month. On the other side, that 1% who manage money, time, and human relationships like algorithms. What's interesting is this: there's no intelligence difference between these two groups. Often there's no diligence difference either. The real difference is in behavioral architecture. There are systematic habits that the wealthy practice but average people never even consider. And these habits gradually transform into wealth-generating machines. I'm warning you, this is not a motivational video. There are no slogans here. If you want to be lulled to sleep with fairy tales of "I'll be rich someday," go to another channel. Here, we won't discuss the doors of those magnificent mansions, but the codes behind those doors. The wealthy see what the poor call sin or luck as engineering marvels. By the end of this video, you'll either continue being a part of the system or join those who hack the system. The only address for tomorrow's wealth holders. Welcome to FoxMindHQ. Sociologist Pierre Bourdieu calls this habitus. The social world you're born into doesn't just bequeath you a name, but a way of thinking. Poverty is not a fate, but a repetition of a behavioral pattern. If you do the same things every day and expect a different result, you'll merely remain a statistical error. What the wealthy do breaks this behavioral cycle, and over time it produces an entirely different economic reality. Now we're laying out 12 strategic points to shatter this habitus: mental, financial, relational, and lifestyle. Each point will be a sledgehammer to your comfort zone. One, journaling, the accounting of the mind. The poor keep their thoughts in their heads and drown in that chaos. The wealthy, however, manage their minds like a business.
Even when John D. Rockefeller became the world's first billionaire, he would sit at his desk every morning and pour his decisions, mistakes, and emotions onto paper.
This is not a Dear Diary activity. This is a cognitive audit sorting mechanism. Every unwritten thought is volatile. Every written thought is an instruction and analyzable. The wealthy manage the mind. The poor are managed by the mind. 2. Long-term thinking, time preference. The poor live for today because they must survive, but the middle class's trap is worse. They live for this month. The wealthy, however, plan decades. When Jeff Bezos founded Amazon, he didn't make a single dollar profit for 7 years. While shareholders went crazy, he was mapping out the logistics network 20 years ahead.
If you're planning 1 year ahead, you're a merchant. If you're planning 10 years ahead, you're a leader. If you're planning 50 years ahead, you're founding a dynasty.
3. Reading discipline, epistemic superiority. While an average CEO reads 60 books a year, an average employee only consumes television and social media. The difference is not just knowledge, but a difference in perspective. As Charlie Munger said, "Every successful person I know is someone who reads constantly." They buy someone else's 50 years of experience in 5 hours. Over time, this difference transforms into a massive mental capital gap.
Four, leverage principle.
The poor fear money and hide it under their pillows. The wealthy, however, see money as a soldier.
Imagine you have $100,000. The poor mindset buries this in a house and seeks the peace of debt-free living. The wealthy mindset, however, makes this a down payment on 5 different properties, uses the bank's money, leverage, and grows 5 times faster. If money doesn't work for you, you'll work for money until you die.
5. Tax engineering, the rules of the game. Warren Buffett has a famous saying, "I pay less tax than my secretary." This is not theft, it's reading the system. While a salaried employee pays up to 40% tax on income, the wealthy show their income as capital gains or corporate expenses and reduce this rate to 20% or even below. This is why the wealthy don't take salaries. They become business owners. The state rewards those who invest and create employment. 6. Being the master of inflation. The poor accumulate cash because cash gives a sense of security, but unknowingly they become prey to the inflation monster. The wealthy, however, accumulate assets. The world's biggest fund managers, like Ray Dalio, distribute their portfolios among stocks, bonds, gold, and commodities in such a way that even if the world burns, their wealth continues to grow. Cash is garbage. Assets are a fortress. Seven, not selling your time, scalability. The poor sell their time, but this model has a limit. A day is only 24 hours. The wealthy, however, sell their systems. While Jeff Bezos sleeps, millions of Amazon servers around the world continue producing $4 million per hour for him. True wealth is when time becomes independent of money. 8. Strategic. No. Focus point. The poor try to please everyone. Warren Buffett's calendar, however, is almost empty. As Steve Jobs said, success is measured not by what you do, but by being able to say no to thousands of things you don't do. Focus means saying no. 9. Energy management. Many elite leaders wake up very early in the morning, but the reason is not a romantic discipline story. The reason is much simpler. Mental energy is at its highest level in the morning hours. Because wealthy people manage their energy, not their time. Ten minus network equals net worth. Your value is the average of the 5 most powerful people around you. The wealthy don't go to clubs, golf courses, or private invitations for fun. They go for access. The 5 hours you'll spend with Warren Buffett at Augusta National Golf Club will open doors that any MBA program couldn't teach you in 5 years. Who you know is more important than what you know. 11. Mentor chain. Most successful people have a mentor in their lives. Mark Zuckerberg had one. Steve Jobs had one. Elon Musk had one. Mentor means someone who has already seen the mistakes you're going to make. That's why the wealthy seek mentors. They pursue learning, not ego.
12. Health capital.
Most people see health as a luxury, but in the elite finance world, health is viewed as an asset class because a body that doesn't produce energy cannot produce wealth. The mind is a biological machine, and if that machine doesn't work properly, it doesn't produce strategic thinking. Which side are you on? Now be honest with yourself. How many of these 12 points are part of your life? 0 to 3 points. You're a perfect victim of the system. The poor habitus has swallowed you. 4 to 7 points. You've started to wake up, but you still have your chains. 8 to 12 points. You've decoded the system. Now it's time for implementation. Wealth doesn't usually form overnight. It forms through the slow accumulation of behaviors, and the most powerful financial strategy is often invisible. Knowledge is merely potential. Action is wealth. Write in the comments which point you'll start with. If you want to learn the 13th secret rule, don't forget to write bonus in the comments. The future belongs to those who build it. Stay at FoxMindHQ. Don't stay outside the system.